And a very good morning to you, boys and girls. Welcome along. It's Tuesday, the 14th of April, 2020. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from, as always, from Bracknell in Berkshire. Boys and girls, hello to you. What a cold day yesterday. Oh, my word. I can't believe it. I finished the show here. Usually I finish the show, I'm straight downstairs. And I went out. Why did I go? I went out on my bike for a reason yesterday. Apart from the exercise. Oh yes, I went down to the sorting office again to post some letters off, bits and pieces that you've won, and a couple of bits and pieces that have been bought. So I cycled down to the post office sorting office. That's it, the sorting office. You know, the big place where all the parcels and all that end up. And there's a post box out there, and they collect there very regularly. Right, even more regularly than you probably go to the toilet, those of you who have constipation problems. I know there's one or two of you out there that have that, don't you? You must do. And then you come on here and you talk crap in your messages. Is that the only way you can get it out of your body? I just do wonder sometimes. No names mentioned, of course. Anyway, so it's about half hour there, half hour back, and very pleasant. But I opened the door. My God, it was like winter again. It was so cold. And I had a T-shirt on and just a hooded top, although that thick thing that I've got, no fear. I never bought that. Someone left that in the pub. It was there for weeks. Eventually I said, I'm taking this home. Put it through the washing machine. Nothing wrong with that, dear. Nothing wrong with buying stuff from jumble sales and places like that. No. Whose mum took them to jumble sales? Huh? Did you do that? Scout jumble sales, church jumble sales, community jumble sales, wonderful places. You'd get there, say usually it was in the afternoon, sort of about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you'd get there, there'd be this queue of people outside. A particular one we used to go to and became involved with was the Scout jumble sale, which was held at Roehampton Parish Hall. Occasionally on, I don't know what day, I think it was a Saturday, it'd be about 2 o'clock. So it was advertised for 2 o'clock. You'd get there, sort of, I don't know, 1:45. There'd be this queue outside this parish hall, dear. A big queue in there, and then these doors would open, and all the old dears, they'd run in. They'd run in to grab the bargains before everyone else could get in there. It was amazing when I think about it now. I don't know, you just don't see jumble sales anymore, do you? I think they were killed off with places like Primark, where it's like dirt cheap to buy new stuff. But these doors would open, and all these professional jumble sale buyers, I suppose you'd call them, would rush in, and they'd grab all the... And this place used to stink. It would just stink of mouldy old clothes. Well, it was awful. It would absolutely stink of mouldy old clothes in this place. But you would go around and, yes, indeed, loads of clothes. But it'd be gadgets as well, electrical stuff. Because there's no real health and safety. It didn't matter then. There was no, like, pat testing or anything boring like that. You would just go and buy someone's old record player or old valve radio there. Shoes, gadgets, old clocks, tables, tablecloths. Everything was there. And we didn't really buy second-hand underwear, although I gather there are places you can buy people's second-hand underwear. As I've told you many times before, certain magazines, it's advertised in the back of magazines, you know. Oh, yes, dear. Second-hand underwear. I mean, it wouldn't be I suppose it's all right if you get a picture of the actual person whose underwear it was. I mean, if you saw me in the back there and I'm holding up my little smalls like that, you probably want to buy them immediately, wouldn't you? I can understand that. You know? But someone, shall we say, like, let me think, someone like Piers Morgan, you wouldn't want his I mean, he's all right, but I don't think I'd want his underwear, not Piers Morgan. That Brazilian or Portuguese football player, is that Coelho or something like that? I could have his underwear or shorts or socks or anything coming from him. Even a little lock of his hair. Be quite nice, wouldn't it? Yes. So that was my little cycle down to the post office yesterday, to the sorting office yesterday. There and back takes about an hour and a quarter. And then I go off on a sort of like slight detour so I can keep my body moving and trying to do a bit of exercise. And I think my foot has got better now. My foot has got a lot better since I stopped going over the forest for my 2-hour walks. So I'll give it one more day, and then I'll start going over there and walking again. Thanks very much for your messages coming in there. I'll come to those in a moment, boys and girls. But as I say, very cold yesterday. I have been out this morning just to water some of the plants out the front there. My lilies. No lily beetles discovered today so far, I'm very pleased to tell you. Each morning I will give you a full update on the amount of lily beetles that have been detected and crushed in my lilies. Okay, none yesterday at all. When I say it was cold yesterday, occasionally the sun hit you, and that was just lovely. The sun was lovely when it hit you. I took a detour and I came back through not through the town because I'm not allowed to cycle there, but kind of past it, and you can see like the sort of alleyways that go through all the shops. No one around at all. I mean, absolutely not a soul walking where all the shops are. And then I go past this other bit where there's like, I don't know what you call it, outside shops, like just 5 or 6 great big ones. So there's like Morrison's and a big car park. So you've got big car park and then like one shop, which was Maplin's, that's gone, of course. There's Pound Shop, there's Curry's, there's Pets at Home, there's The Range, there's a carpet shop, I think there's a JD Sports, and then at the other end is Morrison's. Whatever that's called, one of those places. And I was surprised to see Halford's open. I didn't think Halford's would be open. But then again, yeah, they said cycling shops were open, didn't they? Bike shops were open because that's something to do with your exercise. So I was quite surprised to see that open. Morrison's had a little bit of a queue outside of it. People sort of waiting to get in. But not too much to write home for. I'm very excited because I'm getting my first ever online shopping delivery on Thursday this week between 10 and 11. We may have to completely cancel the show on Thursday so that I can receive my goods because they've all got to be washed, You can't just put them away. I was talking to my delightful neighbour 2 doors down, Babe Station Pearl. And I said, do you wash your shopping? She says, no, I don't. I'll just put it away. But I think you are supposed to wash your shopping as well. Yes, even the frozen stuff. Everything. You've got to wash it all. You don't know who's touched it. They might not be a dirty old tramp type person who is filthy. It might be perfectly clean, but they've got that nasty thing on them, dear. Evil thing on them, waiting to infect you. Everything must be washed. Ice cream the lot. Or the spray bleach. We discovered yesterday that the antiseptic wipes are actually quite weak and don't do an awful lot. We discovered that yesterday. I don't know about the bleach wipes because I think you can get those as well, can't you? Bleach wipes, that sort of thing. So Halford's was open yesterday, and I think that's about it, really. Yeah, that's all I did yesterday, really. I watched some excellent programmes on the telly last night, I have to say. Nest. I didn't even know there was an episode on yesterday. I just accidentally turned on the telly at about 9:05, and there it was, just starting. Now, was that the last episode? I think it was the last episode. Very, very good. So if you haven't seen that on the iPlayer yet, do watch Nest. It's about a sort of fairly wealthy couple, youngish couple, and they can't have a baby for whatever reason. So they literally bump into this young girl who's 18, and they want her to do the surrogate thing. And it's about the story and how the relationship develops in that. It's very, very good. And that's on the BBC iPlayer, colour, of course. And then I saw one of my friends mentioned a programme that he'd watched. So it's now about 10:15, 10:30 at night. He'd watched a programme on ITV called Quiz. And it's about who wants to be a millionaire. And I thought, oh, that looks quite good. Because I like anything to do with television or anything like that. I'm quite interested in that. And I put it on. Oh, my God. What an excellent programme. On ITV as well. Couldn't believe it. Really, very, very good. And it's basically about who wants to be a millionaire. Now, you may remember years ago, there was this big court case about someone who went on the show to win the money, back cheated. He hooked up with someone in the audience, and when they were doing, is it answer A, an orange? Is it answer B, an apple? Is it answer C, a banana? Or is it answer D, a marrow? And he'd hooked up with someone in the audience to help him who coughed at the moment that the multiple choice question was correct, or that he thought was correct. So it got done. Absolutely, really good. And the first episode was on last night. That's now on that ITV player thing, whatever. The ITV Hub. That's on the ITV Hub. Look for Quiz, Quiz, and it's on there. The first episode, very, very good. Very, very good. It's all in the papers this morning. The Daily Mail's take on it says Quiz finally aired its long-awaited first episode last night, so that's Monday. And it sent fans into a tailspin with its depiction of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire coughing scandal. You must remember this, ages ago now, years. Along with the setting the stage for how Charles and Diana Ingram formed the sinister plot to try and cheat the show out of £1 million. Excuse me. The first episode also revealed the formation of a secret syndicate of quizzers who would help contestants onto the show. I never knew any of this. Now, I've got to admit to you, I wasn't a fan of the show. For some reason, I never really got into it. But nevertheless, I knew of it, and I knew it was hugely popular. Hugely popular. Many viewers were stunned to learn that such a wholesome show could spark such sinister plots, with many comparing the scenes to that of the spy epic Mission Impossible. Do you remember that? Have we got a bit of string? Hang on. Oh, yeah, there's a bit here. Look. Boo, boo, ba, 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 ba. Of course, you have to imagine that bit sort of sparking at the end. That one. Oh, you know Mission Impossible. And give me all that rubbish, dear. Hang on a minute, where are we? In the first episode, Diana's brother, Adrian, makes hundreds of desperate calls to appear on the show, because you have to ring in these people, you see, to get on any of these shows. But despite being a contestant on the show 3 times, he fails to make it into the hot seat. Another contestant says he calls a bloke called Paddy Spooner, who appeared on Millionaire in 3 different countries, the UK, Ireland and Australia. His stint on the British version proves fruitful, as he won £250,000. And in the series, he is shown meeting Adrian in a pub. Now, I'm going to stop there, because really, it is so good. This is so good on ITV. Okay, and I don't want to give all of it away, because that's unfair, especially if you're watching that. I never read spoilers in the paper. There's a spoiler in the paper, if Mandy's watching this morning, about Holby City tonight. Haven't read it. Nope. As soon as I see that, straight over in the Metro. The Metro. You ever read the Metro? Obsessed by racism. Out on and on every day, and they keep printing the same stories. Mind you, the Sun keep twittering the same stories. I've noticed that as well in the Sun. There's a particular story about, I think it's someone in Thailand or possibly Singapore. I can't remember what country it is, but someone of sort of Chinese appearance who's on a tube train and picks his nose. Or no, he gets his girlfriend to pick his nose. Every day that same story's on there. Isn't it funny? Like, no one's read it. Very, very strange and mysterious. But there you go. So please, if you want a bit of drama tonight, you will absolutely love it. Quiz now available on the ITV Hub. Okay? Righty-ho, let's read a few of your messages this morning. Good morning to Mr. Jason Hughes. Morning to you, Jason. Hello to you, sir. Hello to Shania Steele. Good morning, Shania. Mick Davenport in the house. Fran Green is there. Morning to Paul and Lou. Roy Brownlow. Gary Davidson. Gavin Bass. Lovely Diane Jebb. Colin Coates. There's my nephew, Gary Butler. Well, I do have a good conversation with him each night. Some of it quite rude sometimes. Good morning, nephew. Morning to Mark Cording. Hello to you. Hello to Michael Pullman. All right. Morning, Michael Lawrence. Kevin Arnold Ashburner. Good morning to you. Hello to George Bond. Shania is... I am full of energy. I'm full of energy every morning. So you don't see what goes on in here before the show starts, do you? Oh, dear. The Shed Singer, hello to you. Cheer up. First 2008, now I need work. Eh? First 2008, now this. What happened in 2008 then? I don't know. I don't know what happens in 2008. Good morning, Mike Rees-Ponto. Hello to Gary Davidson. Where is the nurse's uniform you promised us? Oh, did I put that on the system? Hang on a minute. No, I didn't. I didn't put that on the system, but I have pictures that people have sent in. I have today to show you if we get enough likes. I have pictures of Mike's cat. Okay, Mike Rees-Ponto's beautiful, stunning black cat. I love black cats. I said to you the other day, I said people don't buy black cats because apparently they don't look good in photographs. How awful is that? I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't. Anyway, Mike's got a beautiful cat. I might be able to show it to you if we get enough likes. Shania sent in some stunning pictures of her church on the Isle of Wight. Really beautiful pictures of some, what's it called? The stained glass windows. Very modern. Very, very modern. One of the churches I play the organ at is very old. And that's got like old pictures of Mary, Jesus, crosses, various saints. And it's very, very old. And it looks fantastic. But you know what? I'm not a big fan of modern art. But modern stained glass looks pretty good. I've actually got a little bit of stained glass in my door. The door that goes between the hall and the kitchen. Well, it's not Jesus or anything like that. It's just coloured glass. Looks good, though. You wait till you see these. I mean, only if we get enough likes. Let me just check how many likes we've got at the moment. 19. We want 42 people watching. No, we want 27 likes today. We want 27 likes for you to be able to see these pictures, darlings. All right. Good morning to Mark Hobbs. Just texting in there. Morning to you, Mike. As well as that, we've got a beautiful picture of LaBelle to show you. Oh, stunning lady she is. Absolutely beautiful. And some pictures of Fran's cakes. Fran has sent in cake pictures as well. So wait, we've got 19 at the moment. We need 27 likes for you to be able to see those pictures this morning. So those of you watching on a computer or anything like that, a like is the little thumbs up button underneath the video screen. Okay? You have to click the thumbs up one and then that will accumulate. And hopefully we'll get to 27. If not, won't be able to show them. As you know, I don't show them if we don't get to the number. Up to you. See, look, the power is in your little finger that's waiting there to push that button. Yeah, push those buttons now. Oh, yeah. Of course, if... I completely forgot that song behind me there. We've got a little... We've got a Facebook Live thing going on behind me there. I must warn you, if you're watching on Facebook Live, you won't be able to hear us very well because the microphone's the other way around. Can't see any of your messages. You've got to join us on YouTube, all right, my darlings? YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK is where we're there. Or you can just type in unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk and that will take you to the same place. Hit the subscribe button, the notifications button, so that the bell looks like that with 2 lines either side. And then you'll be able to join in with the conversation on here if you want to. Or, as most people do, most people are silent viewers and they just sit there quietly watching. And a very good evening to you. I know you're... good morning to you. I know you're there. Some of you watching on very large tellies, which would frighten the life out of me if I saw me on a large telly. I'll tell you that. Or saw me down a dark alley, I think I'd run away from myself. Morning to Gar. Morning, Gar. Morning, Gar. Let's have a look. Gavin Bass is there. Morning, Gavin. Let's have a look. Chatting to each other there. Ray Reynolds. Morning, Ray. Piggy Malone. Good morning. The Technicolor Dreamcoat. I close my eyes. Drew back the curtain to see for certain what I thought I knew. I keep threatening to sing the music round at the quiz, don't I? We got a quiz tonight, gang. Do join us for the quiz. It's a lot of fun. There's no prize, no leaderboard or anything like that. You play exactly as you want. You can sit there and play on your own, or you can form a team of people, possibly on the... what's that thing? The WhatsApp. By the way, I don't have WhatsApp anymore. I deleted it. Just to let you know, if you're one of those people who've got my private phone number, I no longer have WhatsApp. I've got really fed up with the constant barrage of stupid cut and paste things that no one ever reads anyway. All right, so I don't have WhatsApp anymore. So if you ever try and ring me or text me on WhatsApp, you'll get nothing because I haven't got it anymore. I deleted it from the phone, all right? Good morning to Maureen. Maureen joining us there on the text message. So that's the quiz tonight. 8 o'clock is quiz time on this channel. There's four rounds altogether. 2 lots of questions. We've got general knowledge, general knowledge. Hang on a minute. I'll tell you what it is. General knowledge, food and drink. There's a music round and a picture round. Now, it does say at the top of the summary of this morning's show, you might want 1 or 2 clues. Might want 1 or 2 clues of the quiz tonight, don't you? Yeah? Yeah? I don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't say I'm going to give you one. So no, there are no clues. There won't be any cheating going on. If there's any cheating going on and you look up the little answers on Google, that's up to you. That's up to you. You play it exactly as you want it tonight. But absolutely not. No clues. No clues. There's a bit more in the music round this time. Rather than just songs, I've put other things in it as well. But you'll find out tonight, okay? So quiz night tonight, 8 o'clock. Can you have any clues? No. Let's have a look at our count at the moment. 29 likes. Right, we're going to show you those pictures now. Let's just, I'm just going to get down to the bottom of the messages. Do a few name checks for you there, boys and girls, and then straight away I'll show you the pictures. Paul Adamson, a very good morning to you in sunny Amsterdam. When it's spring again, the tulips will be there. I've got beautiful yellow tulips outside my house. They keep coming up. I seem to be much more successful at growing tulips from bulbs than I am daffodils for some reason. Strange, isn't it? Maybe it's just the position of the pots or the garden. I don't know that. Morning, Fran Green. Excuse me. Good morning to Peter Wright this morning. Hello to you, sir. Gemma Collins underwear. No, you don't want any of that, my love, unless you want to go camping. Gemma Collins is bringing out a brand new range of underwear so that people can go camping. Bring your own poles to put the knickers up. Plenty of room for a family of 4. Thank you for that one, Mr. Ponto. Mark's talking about Millionaire Quiz. Oh, part 2's tonight, is it? Excellent. Excellent. I shall be watching that then. Good morning to the delightful Jackie Can. Morning, Jackie. Hello to you, my sweetheart. She's been on the telly. Yes. Yes, stars in their eyes. Stars in their eyes she's been on as Alison Moyet. Moyet, you lost your mind. That one. What is it? What's that? And whispering your name and all those. Wonderful. Wonderful. Did you get your Echo prescription yet, Gavin? No, not yet, Gavin. But it's all sorted. It's all sorted. I've got the message saying they're out of them. They'll be getting some more stock in on the 15th. So that'll be coming. I always apply for my pills and things way in advance of when I'm going to run out. Never, ever leave it to a couple of pills before. You know, especially my 6-month supply from the Royal Free Hospital, dear. You know, as soon as you get on that last bottle with, say, I don't know, 30 pills in it, you apply for the next lot straight away. Don't leave it until you're down to like 5 pills. What if there's a delay? And especially in these times at the moment, we don't know what's going to happen, do we? Shania says there's a minimal risk from touching the shop and it doesn't need to be cleaned. You never know what the right thing is to do. Well, I'd rather be safe than sorry, Shania. It's a complete and utter pain in the backside having to wash your shopping. I know. It really is, but I would do it. Keep washing, my darling, all right? Keep washing. Good morning to, did I see Mick somewhere? Mick, we said hello to Mick, haven't we? There we are. There's Billy. Good morning, Billy. Fun thing to do with tech. Good morning. I drew back the curtains to see the wife naked. Got the fright of my life. I think you should. Well, just imagine if it had been me standing there, my love. Have you seen my TikTok video when I draw the curtains? Here's the weirdest thing about that. Do you know that has had, are you ready for this? 12, last time I looked, it had 12 or 14,000 views, that one. Work that out. Usually it's like 200, 300, something like that. 12,000 views. I thought, why? Because there's no sense of it. I'm behind these curtains and there's a big introduction playing and da-da-da-da-da, and then you get to the point and I pull back the curtains and just step out and smile. Not 1,200, 12,000 views. That don't make sense, does it? Never mind. Rachel does. Lots of you doing TikTok videos. I love it. TikTok videos. Good morning to Terry Turner is in the house. Good morning to you, sir. There's Trevor Campbell there. Steph Diamond. Ratch is still on the Facebook page. Rachel is still on the Facebook page. No, Rachel will be here. I'm sure she'll be here. Morning to Claire. She's got some lovely tulips this year. Bulbs. Beautiful mauve hyacinths. Oh, don't you like the smell to those hyacinths? Oh, God. I went for a start. I didn't do it this year, but I usually buy a couple of the pots, because they're dirt cheap. You get like 3 hyacinths, either in Aldi do them actually, 3 hyacinths in there, and you put them in the house, and then they flower, and the smell of hyacinths in the house is so delightful. It really is. And as soon as they finish, you put them in the garden, and they come back next year. Marvellous. All right. Okay, shall we do these photos now? What's many people are not understand that you are helping others. Sorry, Michael. What do you mean there, my darling? What you mean in there, my love? I saw your pregnant duck on one of the lounges. I didn't post that one on Facebook. I told you I'm morbidly obese. People keep telling me I'm not fat. Look at the TikTok videos. Fat, dear, fat. I could barely get out of that chair. I lifted from the chair, right? And the chair came up with me where my waist was caught in between those armrests. Dreadful. Morning to David Fryer. Good morning. Jacket come from Amazon. Type in novelty jackets. Right, let me show you these. Now, shut your mouths now. Let me show you these beautiful pictures. Here we go. As you've kindly liked this programme 31 times. Oh, it just gets better and better. Here we go. First of all, Mike Rees-Ponto's cat. Look at that. Oh, here, kitty, kitty. What a beautiful cat. Look at him. I think it's a him. Might be a she. Why do we assume, like, all cats are male, are female, and all dogs are male? We do, don't we? It's strange how we do that. Morning to Andy. Andy. Morning to you. He's baking bread this morning. Thank you, Gary. Babs from BBC BBC Radio's Berkshire and Oxford is here. She's on 2 stations. Greedy. Good morning to you, Babs. She does a lot of running as well, don't you? Morning, Babs. There we go. There's Mike's thing there. Mike Rees-Ponto's cat. We love cats, don't you? I love it. I absolutely love it. There we go. Right, now we've got some pictures of Shania's church that she sent in. Now, instead of separating, a little bit technical knowledge here, right? Instead of separating the pictures, so I click on each one, I've tried to do like a slideshow. So we'll see if this works or not. Shania sent in 3 pictures of her beautiful church on the Isle of Wight. Here we go. Look at that. That's the altar. Ah, yeah, it's working. Look at those modern, what do you call it? Modern stained glass windows. Aren't they absolutely stunning? Look at that. And even the cross at the back is stained glass. I just love the way. You don't have to be religious to appreciate these pictures there. So that's it. The cross is absolutely fantastic. Now, she did, we'll let those run again. She did send me a closer picture of the cross, because what you can't see is Jesus is actually part of the stained glass on that cross. So you imagine at the top would be his head and then the arms either side, but you can't actually see it in that picture. Absolutely stunning, really beautiful. So thank you very much for that, Shania. I'm so pleased to have been able to see your church there, my darling. All right. Now, as you know, our lovely LaBelle, she's not with us at the morning this morning. LaBelle has sent in a picture as well. There she is. LaBelle is the Easter Bunny. LaBelle is the Easter Bunny, so thank you very much for sending in that picture of yourself, LaBelle. Okay, if you ever want to send in a picture, then please feel free to do so. Please only send me one. You know, if you're doing something, I don't know, collect electric trains, don't send me like 20 pictures of your various trains. Just give me one. Just give me one picture. Otherwise, it starts becoming ever so complicated, like dealing with loads and loads of pictures. Just send me one picture in and I'll see if I can add it to the system for you. I know you like to send in your bits and pieces. Perhaps there's something you're proud of, you know. A lot of people in here are very proud of their cooking. cakes and things like that. I mean, don't send me a daily picture of your breakfast or your dinner. Something you've created. All right. Fran has been creating. Here's some of her cakes. Look at the. Oh, that was quick. Look at these. Isn't that beautiful? Just stunning cakes. There's another little. Oh, there's the other ones. I like those. Aren't they pretty? Cupcakes. Cupcakes. It's like cupcakes. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you very much for that, Fran. Oh, I've been able to do something new there. I've been able to do something new there. I have created a slideshow. Last time I did that, it didn't work. So thank you very much for those. Some of your messages there. Mike Reese's cat died last year, did it? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Mark Gording loves black cats. Michael Pullman, meow to you. The gooses smoke cheese. I don't know. Do they? I don't think they smoke cigarettes. Mark says an amazing church. It certainly is. Beautiful. Very modern, that one with the windows. Mandy likes the church. Mick does. Claire loves the cross window with the light shining through it. That really is quite amazing, that cross, isn't it? Never seen anything like that before. There's a church, I can't remember what denomination, one of the Christian churches, in a place called Cairns, which is in Australia. Michael Pullman would know that. And there, you have it's a small church, very small church, more like a chapel. Bit bigger than a chapel, but not as big as a full-size church. So you go in there, and the benches are like that. And then there's the altar, and then there's a big window at the back, which looks out onto the ocean. Stunning to sit there. I didn't go for a service or anything, but to sit there and have the altar and all the stuff going on in front of you, and then behind you the ocean. Great big window, beautiful place. Beautiful place. There we go. Let's have a look. David, how do I follow the live mass on Sundays? Okay, David, this is only something, it won't be permanent, that. It's only why we can't go anywhere. But if you want to watch that, in the bottom right-hand corner of this YouTube channel, you'll see featured channels. My brother-in-law's one's there, and some of mine as well. I've got a few channels there on there. Okay, one of them says religious music and hymns. It'll be on that channel, not on this one, okay? Because it's more of a sort of that group of people. Otherwise, you put it on this channel, we don't like religion and all that. So I put it on the correct place so that you know where to find it if it's there. So where it says religious music and hymns, just click that, subscribe, notifications on, and you should get a little ping. All right. That is not my setup. I'm literally taking that off someone else's Facebook feed and redoing it on the YouTube. The reason I did it was not to put the message out, because I watch it and I can't get Facebook on my smart telly. Or you can, but for some reason the live video doesn't work. So I thought, well, I come up here to the studio, I get it up on the computer, I then grab that video and then put it back on YouTube, and then we can watch it on YouTube, you see. So that's why I did that, really for my own benefit. But then other people started watching it as well, so that's cool. So that'd be Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning on the Religious Music and Hymns channel. As I say, bottom right-hand corner, look for the featured channels, various channels there. Just click on that one, subscribe, notifications on, and you'll be able to watch it there. All right, David? Good morning to... excuse me. Good morning to Martin. There we are. They got copyright thing there. Mentioning the copyright thing on the TikTok. I have found, yes, if you use a sound that's already there, that seems to work okay. I did put an original sound on. It was the Hovis, the original Hovis tune, da, 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 which I put up there. It was taken down in 20 seconds. It stayed up there, but muted. So they're pretty hot on the copyright stuff. But there's like a thing on the TikTok where you can choose your sound. So I assume all those sounds on there are kind of registered or something like that. Not quite sure how that works. There's hundreds and hundreds of people on there doing stuff, aren't they? I mean, I quite fancy myself as a Justin Bieber, to be honest. I think I could quite dance around the stage like young Justin Bieber, don't you? How do they move like that? Those young people, like when they're dancing, it's not like old-fashioned dancing. They're just so quick when I'm. And how do they do that? I must try one of those videos with the dramatic dancing. Thank you, Shania. Good morning to DJ Craig. A very good morning to you, DJ Craig, and his lovely white teeth. Hello to you, sir. Do you like this jacket? I'm glad you like it, my love. Peter, when lockdown has ended, would it be possible to change the night of the bingo, as I always go out on a Sunday night? No, it's Sunday night, I'm afraid, Peter. Piggy, let's see. Shania, we have several items in the church that are from the original church, which caught fire in 2006. The tabernacle is the thing in the middle. I'll show it to you again. I'll explain to you what that is, because a lot of people won't know what that is, Shania. Right, so the tabernacle, you see underneath the cross, that square box, that's the tabernacle. There it is again, just above the altar. That's the tabernacle, that thing in the square box, all right? Just so that you know what that is. It was saved and it's in our current church. It's usually it's usually a metal thing. There's usually metal there. Let's have a look. Morning to all the silent viewers. We said hello to them already. We never forget you're there, my loves. George, it's a speed mode on TikTok. Chris, what are you talking speed mode? What's a speed mode? Posting copyright is all copyright. So you could lose all the stuff, really, Martin, couldn't you, on that TikTok? Yeah, really, I suppose. Oh, well, never mind. All right, okay, so we've got some other stories here to read you. And, of course, we have our little raffle tickets being given out later on, boys and girls, in the sun this morning. Although it's cold, and it was cold yesterday, I think it's similar today. Morning to Ross Patzer. I'll come back to some messages in a moment. Britons will be treated to 20 degrees temperatures later this week, so it's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, following the -4 icy blast on Monday night. It was cold. Oh, dear. Was cold. Tuesday and Wednesday will see sunshine and warm weather across the UK, with dry weather to follow on Thursday and Friday, with odd showers in the south. So the warm weather's coming back, I'm pleased to say. It says the UK is due to bask in wall-to-wall sunshine today. As I'm looking out the window now, the sun is out, but it's still cold at the moment. Most areas will see drier weather. Tuesday's temperatures are in line with the average for this time of year, but it will warm up again towards the end of the week. I'm very pleased to say. Good morning to Chris Woodhouse. Morning, Chris. Chris Woodhouse thinks he's been getting over the coronavirus. Didn't actually have a test, but he had quite a few of the symptoms. He had an ambulance people come out, took a little pinprick of blood, but that was to do with blood sugar. They didn't actually test him for the virus. They told him they weren't testing anyone unless they were actually going to hospital. But he's been feeling really rough. However, that was 5 days ago, and I've been having a little Facebook video with him. And he's a lot better now. If you want to talk to him, I'm sure he'll answer any of the questions you'll have there. All right. Peter always goes to bingo on Sunday night. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll take you off our one then, Peter. So you won't be there. Okay. Let's just... right. That's no problem at all, Peter. Thanks for letting us know. I always if you can't turn up for the bingo, please let us know. Then I can take you off the system. But remember, if you want to go back on again, no problem at all. I'll put you straight back on there. Just let us know. Now, you must, if you want to join in the bingo and you don't know anything about it, then it's Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. However, if you want to join in, you must register for that, okay? Send an email to me at that email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Do it now. But whatever you do, it must be in by 12 o'clock Sunday afternoon. That's the cut-up point for the bingo, okay? If you're too late, if you're later than that, I can't put you in. I put in a couple of people this week really late, and it completely mucked up the system, all right? So you've got to get your request in to join the bingo before 12 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. All right, so Peter, I'll take Peter off at his request. All right, my friend, thanks for letting us know, Peter. That's great. Because what happens is people win, and then when they don't claim, it means we wait a minute and a half. They don't claim, so we have to move on again. And if that one don't claim and that one, then it's just, it drags on then, you see. So if people don't turn up, or can't turn up, then please let us know, and I appreciate you doing that. Morning to Ross Pats out. You should see if Easter eggs left where I work. £2.50, all 75% off. No one's buying them this year. Well, funnily enough, Ross, you mentioned that. And I mentioned once or twice that I've got a large delivery coming from Morrison's, my first ever delivery. I'm very excited about on Thursday. I looked on there. I thought, do you know, I fancy an Easter egg. Because I haven't got any Easter egg. No Easter eggs. Not a single Easter egg. And I tried to order one. No, all gone in Morrison's. All gone. I see the only other thing I can do is go into a shop and buy one. And I just don't want to go into a shop, really. I mean, the Co-op down there, I suppose I could get up early. But they probably sold out now. You know, it's not like the Co-op. It's only a small place. The Co-op's very, very small. You know, they had some eggs in there, but they wouldn't have like the huge storerooms that I suppose they've got in Tesco's and Sainsbury's and places like that. So I missed out on that one. Paul Adamson. Hello to James, who is watching with him in Amsterdam today. Thank you, Ross. Are you getting a little bit technical there, are you, Ross, dear? Or they get upset when you go all technical because I don't know what we're talking about. Yes, OBS Studio is what I use. Yes, if you need to ask anything about that, just send us a message, Ross, and I'll answer you. I was helping someone else with that yesterday. Who was it? Russ Vernon, actually. Russ Vernon. He couldn't get his camera up, but I managed to talk him through it through a 4-line email. So if there's anything you can't do, let me know, Ross. Just send us a message, all right, and I'll see if I can do that. David Fry can't find the video channel. Is that right? I don't know why you can't find it. It's there. Let me see. Let's just go on my channel. Your channel. Come on, Chrissy. Where are you? There it is. Religious Music and Hymns. There it is, round the side. It says featured channels on the right-hand side. There's Karaoke London, Religious Music and Hymns, More Interesting Than Love and Ireland, Retro Restore, and Retro Hacks, which are my two excellent channels from my brother-in-law, where he restores things like metal things and a bit of cooking going on there and all sorts of things. All right, so it's there. I can see it there now. Don't know why you can't see that. Featured channels, or perhaps type in, I don't know, Religious Music and Hymns. Can I type that in there? Let me see if I can put that. See, I might not be able to put that on here. Let me just try. Perhaps I can put the link in there. Come on. What have I done there? There's that. What day is it today? Tuesday, isn't it? Let's see if I can put that in the chat or not. Might not work. They don't like links going on there. But if it's mine, it might go on there, mightn't it? Let's have a look. See if that comes up there. Can anyone see that or not? Anyone see that? I've put the link to the channel up there. You're chatting away to Chris there. Where are I? How do you get the email addresses to come up? Do you do it as a text or an image? No, you have to talk to me on the message thing for that. Otherwise, we'll take up too much time and it's not of interest to sort of other people on here. Okay. See that or not? Oops, there's me on there. Sorry. Okay, Ross, Mark, Paul Stevens. Good morning, Paul. Hello to you. Welcome, Paul Stevens. Mike, what do you use the cassette tape for that you have on your shelf in front of you? Cassette tape on my shelf. Is there a cassette tape on here? I can't see a cassette tape anywhere. Is there a cassette tape? Is it this one? This one here? It just sits there. This is so old. This is from the 70s. This cassette tape is from the 70s. It hasn't been in a machine. It says BBC. Oh, I think I was about 15 when I made this, and it's me pretending to be on BBC One. Hello, this is BBC One. Seriously, I'll see if I can find. I haven't got. Where's my cassette? I have got a ghetto blaster thing somewhere. I'll see if I can dig that out and play that to you. I don't. Embarrassment doesn't worry me at all, dear. I couldn't care less as long as we get a bit of a laugh somewhere. Morning to Adam the plumber. Hello to you. Is the Facebook Live still on? We're turning it off now. Okay, you need to join us on YouTube to carry on. YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK, right? Bye-bye. Thank you, Shania. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let you into a secret now. What we're going to do tonight, do we want to post that or delete it? Do we post that or delete it? I delete it. Well, no, I'll leave it on there. I'll leave it on there for a while. What I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to let you into a secret, right? Tonight, what we're going to do is start the show. Now, make sure you're on YouTube as you are now. Don't go on Facebook. You don't, by going on Facebook Live, you don't get anything else. Not really. Perhaps a little bit of madness before I start, but that's about it. Okay? On the Facebook Live, what we're going to do for round one is we're going to read out all the questions on here, as usual. Make sure you're here. But I'll also have Facebook Live showing here, right? Then I'll get to the end of the questions. And I say, right, I'm going to give you the answers now, except on Facebook Live. Join us on YouTube and cut off. There's something very wrong with my mind, don't you think, that I would want to do something like that? And we'll see if that makes any difference to the numbers. All right, so remember that. Do not watch it on Facebook Live, because it's like, okay, we're going to do the answers now, but not on here. Bye-bye. So make sure you're on YouTube. That won't happen on YouTube. You get the whole show. Okay? You can see that, can you? There you go then. All right. Who was it who asked now? I can't remember now. There's so many. Peter. Was it Peter? There you go, Peter. Just click on that there and you'll be able to find the religious and music music channel there. And that's where I'll be carrying the church service on Sunday for you. All right. Thank you. Yes, we're showing there. Mark's got this morning on mute. I'd rather hear your voice than Eamon Holmes. Do you not like Eamon Holmes? I like him. I quite like him. He was on Talk Radio. He was actually on Talk Radio, but one of my mates is doing his show now. The bloke who writes for... Oh, I can't remember his name now. Imagine not knowing his name. His name's gone right out of my head. He comes along to the karaoke sometimes on a Friday. He writes the TV and like gossip page in the Sun, him. Can't remember his name for the life of me. Good morning to Ashley Smith. Good morning, Ashley. Welcome to our little show, young Ashley. Morning to you. Ross has got shows of when he was 17 doing his old karaoke machine. I love it. I love it. I wish we had videos when I was smaller. You know, I would have had so much fun with those bits and pieces. Is that a cruel thing to do, Mick Davenport? I'm a cruel person. So I'll get the first lot of questions and then I'll say, I'm going to do the answers now, but not on Facebook. Join us on YouTube. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, you got to have a laugh. You see, you lot are in the secret, aren't you? You're in on the secret. Don't tell anyone. It will be our little secret, as someone said to me once. Can't remember who that was now. Lockdown is fine. Lockdown doesn't bother me at all, to be honest. I was saying to someone on the phone yesterday, you know, if we could have this peace and quiet around us as it is now forevermore, I'd be quite happy without the virus, without people dying. I'll be quite happy to have this. I can walk around over that forest, I hardly see anyone, listening to those birds singing, tweet, 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 tweet. Oh, it's wonderful, dear. And I don't have to sit in my car, inching along on the blooming Euston Road. Don't even have to go anywhere near London. I bet the air's cleared up there. Have you anyone living in London? I know some of you do, don't you? Have you noticed how much cleaner the air is now? Are you able to breathe? No more of that now. All the people with asthma in London are now breathing like this. They're lapping it up, dear. Before lockdown. Now. Wonderful. Wonderful. Can I... Chris, I can do bingo until the lockdown. Oh, okay. Oh, I beg your pardon. Okay, I'll take that off then. Sorry, I thought you meant then there. Okay, Peter. All right, you won't be removed then at your request. Your wish is my command. Abracadabra. Easy whiz. We need echo for that. Easy wheezy, let's get busy. Abracadabra. You've had your 10 questions on Facebook Live, and now you're going to go. Bing! And off it goes. Blah, blah. Claire is the same. The piece is lovely. It's like living a century ago when life was much slower. Yes, not even a century ago, really, Claire. 50 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, in the 70s when we were children. Wasn't as busy as this. These roads are mad now. Mad. Ross, lockdown is lovely for delivering shopping. Morrison's will probably leave it on your doorstep so you can't lock the fit driver in your car. Have I got a fit driver? How do you know it's... Yeah, I was saying that the other day, Ross. I don't think he was here. With these delivery drivers, is there like a section on the Morrison's website where you can select the delivery driver that you want? Because I don't want no old codger coming around here, sort of your age, or looking like you. No disrespect to you, Ross, but I really wouldn't want you to deliver my shopping. Hope you don't mind me saying that. Oh, someone fit, about 30, 32, 35, maybe a couple of a little bit, looks like he goes to the gym. Not too much gym, I can't stand those muscles. What do they look like? Have you seen those blokes? They're usually about 40, right? Their bodies are like this, and they got little heads. What is that about? I'm sure one of them could pick me up and throw me across the street. Would I want him to? Not really. We'd like a bit of definition, Ross. Have you ever had any definition on your body, my love? Have you? Is there a little site on the Morrison's website where the delivery driver's pictures of them and I can select one? I think that would be quite nice. That's what we need. Someone immediately ring up Morrison's and ask them to contact me for my delivery driver. Thank you. No, I'm okay with OBS. Thanks very much, Roy. Much appreciate that. I'm quite okay with OBS and how it all works. It's Ross Patzelt that needs the up there. Ross Patzelt needs the up. Perhaps you might want to swap emails with him. And he wants a bit of help with the OBS there. I'm okay with that. Thank you very much. Morning, Shania. Greetings from the C of E. Oh, God, we've got a C of E person, Shania. Do you want me to block him? We can't have any of that, dear. Any of that malarkey. Pretend churches on here. God's sake, Mark. C of E? Have you been into a C of E church on a Sunday? 5 people sitting there. My friend is a reverend. Yes, at a C of E in South. He's a wonderful man. David, his name is. You would have seen him on the karaoke. And I do wind him up. I say, how was your collection plate this week? I say to him, and he puts his hand and his hands like that. I said, up at Wokenham, they made £2,500 this week. He gets about 30 quid in a plate if he's lucky. Have you been in a C of E church recently? No. I keep thinking I might want to go down, because I quite like Theresa May. Forget the politics. I quite like her as a person, right? And she goes to the church in Maidenhead, C of E church in Maidenhead. I keep thinking maybe I'll go down there, because I could fit in. They wouldn't know that I was a proper Catholic, not like their pretend church, darling. Ow, who was that king? Was it George? Ow, don't want to do what the Pope says. I'm going to do my own thing. One of them, dear. We got one on here now, Shania. What do you want me to do? The power is in your hands, Shania. Do we block Mark Jones? Mark Hobbs says the nature and animals must be loving us being inside. Oh, I have no doubt of that. If we were to disappear, nature would take over very quickly. Very soon you would see plants starting to grow through the cracks in tarmac on I've got to have my pills. Tarmac on the roads, and even now, I mean, we've got a tarmacy type path outside my front door, and we get weeds coming through, not just ugly weeds, pretty little flowers that are weeds, yellow ones. I've got a beautiful yellow thing that seems to have rooted in between 2 of my paving stones where I've got my table and chairs, what's that called there, when you put just only about just a small area that I put paving stones that I can put chair and tables on. When I have my dinner outside, which I did last week a couple of times, dinner outside. Good morning to Dave Holland. Good morning to you, sir. George, there you go. George wants some help as well, so perhaps you'll contact him here because he's quite clever. He is. Roy Brownlow, he'll help you. Perhaps you'll send if you ask Roy Brownlow to help you there as well, my darling. Okay. Why don't we get any girl drivers? Do you not get girl drivers on the delivery thing? I don't know anything about that. I've never had a delivery. Oh, I hope I don't get one. Oh God. Not going to get a female delivery driver here. I don't have females in the house. I'm sorry. There's something very sick about having females in your house. I'm sorry, ladies. There really is. It's not a natural thing. You know, sometimes I say these things, and people just don't get it. Sean had a 6-pack. Now he has a party 7. Mark's been late this morning. Don't you worry about being late. Oh my God, Rachel's C of E as well. That's 2 people. Let me take their names. Mark, Rachel, I'm just taking your names there. Anyone else C of E here? I'm taking names. Oh my God, Mick Davenport as well. Oh my God, this is terrible. Mark, you'd know you're a Catholic. You've got that look about you. What do you mean, the look about you? Are there any face masks left? Yes. There are 3. There's 2. Oh, it's 3. No, it's 2. 2. 2 face masks left. That's all we got left. £5 on PayPal if you want one of those. And it can go in the post for you today. £5 on PayPal. £6.50 on Super Chat if you want one of those, all right? Only 2 of those left, I'm afraid. And if no one buys them, they go forward to the prize, the bingo, at the main prize bingo on Sunday night. What was the other thing we got for the prizes? I've seen the new fridge magnets, haven't you? Have you seen those? There we go. We got these as just the small prizes for the first and second games. Little fridge magnets. There you go. They will stick. Okay. Not a fantastic magnet on there. Look. Okay. It's not fantastic, but flat on a fridge, perfectly all right because I've got one on mine. And even though I didn't win the bingo. That's outrageous, isn't it? It says I'm a Chris Reardon bingo winner and I never won. That's wrong, isn't it? Wrong, dear. Wrong. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at emails. Anyone sending in emails this morning? We'll keep an eye on those. Did I say good morning to Maureen who's joining us? There we are. We said hello to Maureen, didn't we? Jason Hughes. Oh, Jason Hughes is COV as well. Jason Hughes. I'll leave it up to... I don't know if Shania's still with us. She's probably very busy. The Catholics are very, very busy there. Very, very busy there. Some raffle requests coming in, which is great. Thank you very much for those. All right. I played... there's a bit of a difference, actually, with the churches. Certainly in the C of E churches, where I've played the organ in a couple of those before, actually. And... in the C of E churches, they play every single verse and chorus. They play them all. Whereas in the Catholic Church, you're playing away and you're watching. The priest comes out from his little house. Right, he comes through, walks down the aisle, and then when he's in position, I watch him, and he'll look at me, and if he goes like that, right, then I'll stop at that part. Or if he doesn't look at me, I'll carry on. And generally, you stop playing whatever verse you're on. You finish the verse, you finish the chorus when he's in position, and everything starts. Whereas at the Church of England, they will sing the entire lot. I made this mistake. I was 20, 19 or 20. I was in the Venture Scouts, right? And I mentioned that I played the organ. Oh, well, we'll have you do it then. And it was in this Church of England church in Southfields. I'm just trying to think of the name of the road. It was, I don't know if Martin's here. He may well know this road. Martin, it was a Church of England church on the corner. If you were coming along West Hill, away from Wandsworth, all right? So you've come along the Wandsworth High Road, and then you've turned left to go up West Hill, right? So Sutherland Grove, you go past Sutherland Grove, and then up a little bit further is a church on a corner, and you would go. If you took the left just after the church, you'd end up at that block of the flats that Jackie Wareham used to live in. What's the name of that road? Is it Augustus Road? Could be Augustus Road. I can't remember now. Anyway, so I'm in this church here. It was a Sunday morning. All the scouts and guides from the district were in there. And I'm playing the organ, you know. I can't. I think the hymn was "Praise My Soul, the King of Heaven." So I'm watching the vicar. The vicar's coming, right? And he's coming out, and he's got into position, and I'm watching da 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 da. All right, and he's in position, so I stopped, and I make it obvious, you know, da da da, because you slow down, so that people know you're going to finish. You slow down and give a really long note at the end. So a normal chorus, da 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 da. Da, 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 and then on again, yeah? If it's the end, although it's not the end in the mash sheet, but if it's the end and you want to finish it there, you make it obvious. Da, da, so, da, 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 da. If I didn't have asthma, I'd be able to hold that longer, wouldn't I? Right? So there I have. Take my hands off the keyboard. Of course, the vicar's carried on. I thought, oh no! And I felt so stupid. Because I say they do it slightly differently there. But whatever. I've been in many, many, many Church of England churches. Actually, I haven't been for a couple of years, but we used to go to St. Peter's, which is in Woodhall Spa, for carol midnight mass. But I haven't been the last 2 years. But I went to the Catholic one in Lincoln, which is a lovely place. Lovely place. Let's have a look. Christopher Woodhouse, you are awful, but I like you. Have all the ladies gone now? Mick Davenport, us C of E's only go to church to be christened, married and buried. Oh, one more left then. One more visit left for you, Mick. Let's hope that's not too early. We can't afford, dear. We can't afford to lose viewers. Can't afford to lose viewers. Okay, Ross, have a nice day there. The buffet is better at the C of E. What buffet? What buffet? What buffet? What do you mean a buffet at the C of E? You get buffets there as well. That's outrageous. Got a super chat coming in there from Mark Hobbs. He obviously wants one of our exclusive United Kingdom Talk face masks. Okay, this hasn't been used. This one, here's mine. Okay, this hasn't been around anyone's mouth. Do remember, this is not guaranteed to keep bacteria or anything else like that out of your face. All right, my darlings. Okay. It's just for decorative purposes. That will be in the post for you, Mark. If you could just email me your full postal address and I'll put that in the post for you a little bit later, okay? Did you manage to pick up the tune again? Yes, I did. Yeah. Oh, Mark Jones has just sent in £8. What's that for, Mark? Is this for one of these face masks as well, Mark? Is that for you? The other one, that's it, all gone. No more left. I don't think there's any more left. I thought there were 3 here. Did someone buy one on Sunday? Did I send one out on Sunday? Is that for a face mask, Mark? Is that for a face mask? Lovingly made by my sister. If that's for you, then you know what to do. Put your address as an email there, please, my darling, and I'll be very happy to put that in the post for you this morning. That's what I think. I'll go for another bike ride down to the same place. It's quite a nice ride down there. It really is. It's funny, I've lived here in Bracknell for 26 years and I'm discovering places that I never knew existed because simply for walking around and jumping on my bike. It's lovely. Claire, I did manage to pick up the tune again. That's but I play by ear, you see. So I can listen. Oh, Christ, da 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 da. In fact, sometimes if how do I explain this? Sometimes you go, if a tune has started, I'm just trying to think now how what I was going to. A tune, sometimes you're playing it and you become aware that the main singer is off key. I can actually change the key sometimes while they're singing by listening. and I'll try and follow them rather than the other way around. Of course, if it's a congregation, you have to lead. This is where I think I'm not a professional organ player. You know that. I'm a have-a-goer. Right? But I think a lot of organists make the mistake of following the congregation. You can't do that because it drags. Oh my God, does it drag in some places? And it gets slower and slower and slower because the organist is following the congregation. You've got to lead. You seriously have got to lead and keep the pace, whatever you have decided. Now, I would admit, possibly some people would look at this as a fault of mine, but I tend to play too loud and too fast. That's a few people come up and say that, but others like it. So I'm not so sure, but I do play quite loud and quite fast, and I play loud to lead. Because otherwise it just slows down incredibly slow. And it's awful, awful. You've got to keep it moving along at a reasonable pace. I will follow, but I'll follow the priest. Now, luckily, our priest, who is now being upgraded to a canon, is a Canon Simon, he likes to go at a reasonable pace anyway. So it's kind of working. That's working very well, that is. And Michael, that's at the Wokingham Church. That's the one you'll see on Sunday at 10 o'clock on the Religious Music and Hymns channel. The one in Roehampton, now the person in charge there is not so much the priest, but a chap called Michael. And again, I get on very well with him, and he likes to keep it along. So that all works quite well. But if you're on your own, you know, sometimes, like the church at Wokingham, although the priest is there singing at the same speed, you are on your own there. There's no sort of choir, so it's up to you to lead. Otherwise, it's just awful, and it drags, and it gets slower, and it's a bit like, here, I would be doing this show, and it's gradually getting slower, because the organists are trying to follow the congregation. No, it's just awful. Let me just scroll up again here. Thank you, Mark. We'll wait for a couple of emails to come through. Mark, if you want to send me that email, I think that's what you want, one of those. You haven't said, my darling. Or maybe it's in the messages down. Let's have a look. Fran's been regular. Brothers, weddings, funerals, family funerals. 9 godchildren. You lucky thing, Fran. How wonderful. We love children. I love my great nieces and great nephews. I'm missing them greatly at the moment. Can't see them. Oh, thank you, Mick. It's there. There's one left. Thank you, Mick. There is actually one left being displayed on our monkey. There we are. I forgot all about that. I knew there was another one there somewhere. So that's either, what did I say? $6.50 on the super chat, or £5 on PayPal, or it'll go on as the bingo prize. I'm sure someone will have that on Sunday night next when it's the next bingo. Thank you, Roy. It's on the teddy bear. Yes, indeed. Thank you. The monkey's wearing one. I missed that, didn't I? Are there any more masks? No, I think she's run out of material now. Oh, look. I've got a bit of material here. I don't know how much material you need to make one of these. I'm not a seamstress. My sister's very good at the sewing. She makes all sorts. She's been making little duvet type things. Not thick, you know. Oh, I can't remember what they were called now. Those throws you put over the bed, but like with thin insulation for all the children. She loves it. She loves doing all the sewing and that. And she's very good at it. But as you can see, you know, look at the stitch in here. She does all that on her machine. It's good, isn't it? Very good. Very good indeed. And it's one of her hobbies. She likes doing things. I think she made me curtains. Not last year, the year before for the caravan. She made me a couple of curtains. What would you want for Christmas? I don't really want anything, you know. Curtains. She made me an excellent pair of curtains. Blackout curtains. So, because the sun comes straight through that window and it killed the lights in there. So, yeah, she makes all sorts of things out. I'll ask next time I speak. Yeah, a marks for Mark. Thank you, Mark. I've got your email there. Is that Mark Hobbs or the other chap? One Mark has sent me an email, the other one hasn't. So stick your email in with your address on that. I hope I've got some first stamps. Yeah, I've got some of those. Is Manilow inside a giant hand? Possibly. How far do you ride your bike? I guess that you're a good ride. I guess it's a good ride. I was known as a very good ride in chariots, Dave. Very good ride indeed. I ride my bike. I don't know the distance. I'm on there for about an hour. About an hour. Yeah. After that, your bum starts aching, doesn't it? It does. But today, I think I'll go for an extended bike today. I'll go down to the sorting office. Not that I have to do that today because they're all being collected everywhere, but I'll as part of the exercise, I'll go down to the sorting office, post off your 2 masks in there, and then I might go a little bit further to Binfield, which is a nice little village actually. Binfield's nice, and it'll be dead quiet. You know, I'm not going in shops or anything like that, just cycling around. Of course, the thing is with a bike, you don't want to blooming punch her, do you? That always worries me. It's happened a couple of times where you're miles away, miles, and you have to walk the bike back. Mind you, if it's bad enough on a bicycle, can you just imagine having a motorbike and that breaking down? I'm sure you've seen that before, haven't you? Poor people walking along with their great big heavy old motorbikes. I bet that's happened to my brother-in-law a couple of times. Gary, has that happened to you? Has that happened to you, Gary? Where literally your motorbike, perhaps not so much a flat tyres must be a nightmare on a motorbike. Bad enough breaking down and having to push the damn thing. Imagine having to do that with a great big heavy expensive motorbike and you've got a flat tyre as well and you have to push it home. Sod that. Dear me. But yeah, about half an hour to the sorting office and a half an hour back, Dave. So about an hour usually I'll be out on my bike. I love it. I love it. Good morning to the delightful Jackie Can. Morning, Jackie. Yeah, baby. And Jackie's doing her own videos. She's doing her own, I think she's on Facebook Live, Jackie Can. You will have seen her on the telly in Stars in Their Eyes. Yes. You loved a time. I don't know the words, Jackie. I'm terrible, aren't I, my love? Mind you, neither do you, by the looks of it sometimes. Oh, I'm terrible, dear. Terrible. Terrible. Morning, Jackie, you lovely lady. Roy calls himself an ordinary man who does extraordinary things. That sounds pretty good, that. That could be your strapline. Hi, I'm an ordinary man who does extraordinary things. That sounds really good, that, as a phrase, doesn't it? I like that. I like that. I like that. Adam, can you check? I've just sent you a $9.99 super chat. Oh. No, nothing there, I'm afraid. Don't do it again, for Christ's sake. Can I check that? Hang on, let me try. YouTube, I may be able to, I don't know. No, didn't work. Didn't work. There's a Mark. Oh, yeah, there it is. There, look at that. There's one from Mark. And one that says message deleted. Don't know what that means. That's that's from the other Mark, isn't it? It's one from Mark and one from Mark. Nothing, no. Don't know why, Adam. No idea. No idea why that is, I'm afraid. Sorry. There we are. So I've had a look. Just give it a couple of minutes and see if it pops up or something. I don't know. Jackie's trying to find a bike with a settee to sit on. The bike seats are far too small. Oh, I know what you mean, Jackie. This is the thing as we get older, doesn't it? Look at the great big fat arse I've got here. Yeah, who looks at mine now? Answer, no one. Terrible. And blokes, we lose our padding as well. Have you noticed that? You know when it was a nice shape? I'm sure you must have seen my bum. Obviously not naked, Jackie. But when it was a nice shape. But it's not really that shape now. You know. Funny, isn't it? Why does that happen? We can have implants. I saw a story which we read out here live on this programme many weeks ago about someone who had bum implants and they'd gone a bit wrong. And when she couldn't sit down without being in pain, and when she stood up, it looked like it was a nappy had fallen down her bum. Oh, you don't want to hear that nasty facial work done, Jackie, or anything like that, my love. Be natural, darling. We don't need all that. We are beautiful people. You know, some of us more beautiful than others. Chris Woodhouse has just sent us a £5. What's that for, Chris? £5 there. What is that for? Face mask? Because that'll be the last one if it is, Chris. Is that for a face mask? I can't give mine away. Someone will get germs from mine. I'm sure they will. Or is it a tip? What is it, my love? Let us know. Roy's has just sent me a £1,000 super chat. Yeah, of course you have, Roy. It's not enough, darling. We'll wait for Elton John to come on here at some point and send me 10,000. Then he can have one of our fridge magnets. I'll be giving out raffle tickets for those in a moment, boys and girls, okay? We have a raffle every Monday morning. For each and every show, you can have a raffle ticket. And I'll be giving those out live in just a few moments' time after we've done a couple of stories there, all right? Love you, Jackie. Love you. Is that for a mask, Chris? If it is, then we can stop. Then they're all gone, okay? Right. Couple of stories here then, boys and girls. Mother-in-law slammed for atrocious number of Easter eggs given to her grandchildren. Gosh. Wow. I mean, wait till you hear this one. Now, there are Easter eggs and there are Easter eggs, aren't they? I think all children, if possible, should have a couple of Easter eggs. Absolutely. You should have seen the amount my great-nephew Harry and Evie had. I mentioned these yesterday. Well, in the Daily Mirror this morning, a mum has accused her mother-in-law of undermining her by delivering a huge haul of Easter eggs to her 3 grandchildren and says she'll be taking them to the food bank instead. Well, this is fair comment. A parent has sparked a debate about how many Easter eggs is too many after hitting out at the atrocious number her mother-in-law bought for her three children. The mum explains that she's told her husband's mother in previous years that 1 egg for each child is more than enough, and she could add a small gift if she felt the need to do more. However, when her mother-in-law showed up with a huge number of chocolate treats again this year, she says it's undermined her in front of her children and created an argument with her husband. You often do see that, actually. You know, you have to remember that's their mother. Their mother decides what's going to happen for her children. You know, not her mother's mother or her mother's dad or her uncle or her aunt. Is that picture flashing away there? Or her aunt or anyone like that. The mother decides what's going to happen for the children. Anyway, this mother-in-law dropped off 10 Easter eggs each. 10 each. And it says, we maintained social distancing as she left them at the end of her path. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but 10 each, really? I think this is not overzealous. It also undermines me, and it's far too much. I mean, these children, they don't understand, do they, at that age? 10 Easter eggs, fantastic. And they eat half of them in one go, and it's bad, isn't it? 2 Easter eggs for a child each. How many did I have a child? I don't think I had any more than 4 or 5. That was a maximum that I ever had. 10 each. That's just from one person. That's mad. And of course you say something, I think I should be allowed to give as many as I want. It's very bad for them. Absolutely very bad for them, that. B&Q. They seem to have got the click and collect a little bit wrong here. In the Sun, yesterday this was in the Sun, cops were forced to turn away bank holiday customers away at B&Q stores after 400 cars turned up to collect online orders. I thought that click and collect, don't you get given a window? Again, this is something I've never used, click and collect. But I gather my mate does one at Asda. And he has to turn up between like 10 and 10:30 or 10 and 11, whatever, 11 and 12, 1 and 2, whatever. You're given a time slot. Well, all this lot turned up at the same time. 400 cars queuing up to collect their online orders, causing gridlock on the surrounding roads. Now, you're not supposed to go out unless it's essential, are you? For essential things. So, if you've got a whole... I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it anyway. DIY? Don't think so. If you've got a hole in the roof, I don't know, or a broken electrical wire, you know, something like that, a smashed electrical socket on the wall, which could be dangerous, water dripping out of a pipe somewhere, maybe a broken pipe, something like that. That is an essential thing to have doing. Painting your room is not. Is it really? Not really. Changing your carpet is not an essential thing. Unless, of course, it's infested with moths or something like that. That's not essential. So you can imagine all these people, 400 cars. There's nothing wrong with their houses, dear. They're just bored. I bet they've ordered paint and all sorts of stuff in there. Anyway, in the Sun, The DIY and hardware giant had closed its shops during the coronavirus lockdown, but customers are still able to select goods on its website and pick them up. Despite the ever-worsening spread of the virus, hundreds of shoppers arrived at B&Q in Nottingham's Riverside Retail Park, eager to collect their online orders. With an overload of customers, police were drafted in with traffic management as Britain enters its fourth week of lockdown. Officers parked a van across the store's car park entrance and told motorists to come back later, in some cases a different day. So I don't can you just imagine? I don't think the B&Q have quite got the knack of doing the click and collect thing yet. How awful. Let's see if there's an email from Adam arrived there. Yep, I've got an email there from you, Adam. If it's all right with you, I'll have a look at that later. All right? Cakes. We all like cakes. Thank you, Chris. I've got an email from Chris. Yes. I've got no email from you yet, Chris. Doesn't matter anyway. You've got loads of ways of contacting me, Chris. By the way, Chris, remember, I'm not on WhatsApp anymore. I've come off WhatsApp completely. All right? I got fed up with all these messages coming around all the time. So I completely deleted WhatsApp. Let's have a look. Cakes. We all like cakes. Look at the cakes that Mandy and Mick are always making. They're all Fran. Did I say that was Mandy's cakes earlier? They're Fran's cakes. Fran has made those cakes. I beg your pardon, Fran. I beg your pardon. They're Fran's cakes, not Mandy's. I do apologise. I must have got that wrong earlier. You may well have tried to correct me and I've just missed the message because it's flashing up quite quickly today, the messages. We all love a cake, don't we? Well, it says here, there's a lot of the newspapers and indeed the TV programmes are doing lots of questions and answers on the whole virus thing, aren't they? And there was a question I came across here. Question. My neighbour has kindly left baked cakes on our... This goes on the same sort of thing as washing your shopping, you see. My neighbour has kindly left baked cakes on our doorstep wrapped in foil. How should I handle them? And it says, while this is a well-intended gesture, the safest course of action to prevent the spread of the disease is not to handle the foil package, says Dr. Andrew, a reader in microbial pathogenesis at the University of Bath. So he'd probably know what he's talking about. Mind you, who listens to experts anymore? So many people don't listen to experts, do they? You only had to see them, these idiots, a few weeks ago on Facebook coming out with how many people die at this and only 3 people have died of the coronavirus so far and not to be worried. Maybe you were one of them. Were you one of those people who put up those posts about how minor this is not a problem? Why are we all worrying? Hello? 11,000 people now dead. Yeah, that was a good comment, weren't it? Honestly. The amount of people that did, stupid people... that put this stuff that it's not really, and you get people on there say it's not even really happening. Dear me. Thank you, Chris. I've got that text now. Anyway, back to this story here. It says there could be traces of the virus on the foil, which may remain for hours and possibly days on this foil. It says there's no evidence that you can catch the virus from food, and it's unclear whether traces on the foil would be enough to cause the infection. I would advise you to dispose of the whole package, including the cakes. No! You can't throw cakes away! That's what this microbiologist virologist is saying here. Dispose of the whole package, including the cakes, and then wash your hands thoroughly. So that's the advice there. So, you know, much that Fran, the delightful Fran, and Mandy and Dave, I know you've got boxes of cakes to send me down here. I'm sorry, I can't. They'll have to be given to the birds. Tweet, tweet. And then we know. Those birds will be pecking away on there. Trying to get worms, and then I throw the cakes out there. They'd flock. There'd be 2 million pigeons descend on my garden there, complete with their poo all over the place. And they go, eat all the cakes, might have a bit of virus in there, and then and then they drop out of the sky dead. Then I'll know if you've tried to kill me. David, here, are you ready for a name drop? Ready for a name drop? David Hamilton, yes, David Hamilton once told me never eat anything sent in by a listener. That's what he told me. I was on the radio with him. Yes! Surprised, aren't you? I was on the radio with David Hamilton, Liberty Radio in London, and he told me once, never eat anything sent in by a listener. Mick is doing cupcakes for all his neighbours. I'm buying some boxes, going to leave them on the steps. That's nice for you. Isn't that nice? Adam, does amaze me the amount of shops that are open that really shouldn't be open. B&M. Well, B&M, they sell food as well, don't they, in B&M? And they're cheap. The B&M I went to in Skegness with my sister and brother-in-law. Last year this is, and they were doing like my favourite baked beans, Branson baked beans for like £1 for 3 cans, which I thought was pretty good there. It's not bad at all, is it? Talking of beans, why haven't my beans have still not arrived yet? I wonder if there's a tracking thing. I must check that later. Let me just write that down. Beans. check the position of your beans. Right, we'll do one more story. Okay, then we'll do the raffle tickets. Let me get those ready. Don't ask yet. Okay, we'll do these raffle tickets straight after this story. How many of you there today? How many raffle tickets do I... Oh, Christ. Okay, let's pull a few out then. Get those ready and standing by. There we go. Quiz tonight, 8 o'clock. Don't make sure you're here for the quiz, sweethearts, all right? Okay, no. Swarm of locusts. They're horrible things, aren't they? They're like flying cockroaches, isn't they, locusts? Great big things they are. Just imagine a swarm of those coming towards you. Swarms of locusts in Ethiopia have... Do you remember Ethiopia? We always used to hear these stories as a child of the terrible famines that they used to have there. Dreadful. Swarms of locusts in Ethiopia have damaged 500,000 acres of cropland and driven around 1 million people to require emergency food aid. Have I got hip ups? Hang on. Let's try and do that again. That's better. Swarms of locusts in Ethiopia have damaged 500,000 acres of cropland and driven around 1 million people to require emergency food aid, the United Nations said on Monday. The findings, which recently concluded a joint assessment with the Ethiopian government, come as the region is bracing for new swarms that could be even more destructive. And I tell you, it's got a picture of a bloke on a motorbike. And these locusts, it's like snow falling. There are so many of them. Great big long things. And they rip the crops to bits in minutes. 1 minute you've got a great big field of stuff growing. Next minute it's just gone and the locusts fly off to someone else. There's hundreds of them. Hundreds of them. I wonder why they haven't got like insecticide for that. Is there no insecticide for locusts or something? Or maybe the countries are so poor that they can't afford those. I have to remember how lucky we are, really. You know. We're very lucky, aren't we? We really are very lucky. All right. Okay, let's do the raffle tickets. If you want a raffle ticket for Monday's raffle, please ask now. Let's get a decent pen out as well. Please ask now, and I shall put them in the bowl for you. For our next raffle on Monday, this is what you can win. One of these exciting fridge magnets, okay? Daniel, how can anyone keep banging on about B&M without seeing that it's really B-U-M with one letter missing? Nothing wrong with a nice bum, Daniel. Did you used to have one? Here we go. Tony King, 826. Tony King, 826. Ask for your tickets now, please, boys and girls. Gary Davidson, 827. Sprinter Van, 828. Just stop that moving. There we are. Gary Butler, 829. Oh, why is that still moving? I thought I stopped that. There's Michael Parman, 830. Michael will be going to bed shortly, won't you, Michael? Fran Green, 831. Yes, once again, thanks for sending in the pictures of your cakes. I'm sorry I said it was Mandy's cakes. I realise they are now. I saw the name Fran on there, so sorry about that. 832 for Diane Jeb. Mandy Davenport, 833. 834 for Ross Herndon. Claire, 835. Thanks very much for your thumbs up as well earlier, boys and girls. That's very kind of you. Dave, 836. Don't forget you can text in for a raffle ticket if you can't do it on there, or send in an email to that address if you're watching a recording of the show. Make sure you get your raffle ticket request in by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Very important. 6 o'clock comes, that's it. No more raffle tickets, all right? Dave Holland. We've done Dave Holland. Adam the Plumber, 837. Are you working today, Adam? Peter Wright, 838. Mick Davenport, 839. There's our Rachel, 840. Thanks, Rachel. Michael Lawrence, 841. George Bond, 842. Sean Pye, 843. Colin Coates, 844. Paul Adamson, 845. Roy Brownlow, 846. Roy Brownlow, an ordinary man doing extraordinary things. I do like that. You should use that as a strap line. Very, very good, that strap line. 847. Chris Woodhouse says, Chris, just recovered from coronavirus. Good luck to you, mate. And I have to tell you, Chris was very careful. Very careful. He's washing all his shopping, never went out. Don't know where it came from. Just, I think a lot of it's luck as well, Chris. I really do think it's luck. Like the jobs we do, right place at right time. Unfortunately with you, wrong place at wrong time. We don't know where he got the virus from. Piggy Malone, honey, thank you, Piggy. 848 for you, sir. Oh, really? Roy's 11-year-old little girl has been getting death threats on WhatsApp in a group. Is this from other kids? Is this from other kids? They're horrible, aren't they? Some children, they get nasty towards each other. And you see, it's so much easier on this social media thing. You have to be quite thick-skinned to do. As you get older, you do get thicker-skinned. I get abuse, not very often, not for ages now, actually. I just delete them, block them. That's it. You never hear from them again. Never hear again. Not so simple when you've got an 11-year-old little girl, as Roy's got, and he's getting things like that. How awful. How awful. I would be tempted to find out who the parents are of the person sending it and deal with that. Maureen, thank you, Maureen. 849. Has Jason texted in there? He's probably texted it. Yeah, Jason Hughes is 850. And your email requests coming in now. Gavin Bass, 851. Gavin Bass, 851. Just come back to your message in a moment, my darlings. Dr. Gregorian, 852. Adrian, 853. For Adrian. Adrian says the chat is disabled. No, it's not. There's loads of people on the chat. Unless you joined very early on, the chat box doesn't come up now until the show starts, generally. Okay? If it's not there by the time I start talking, refresh the page and it should appear. Or even close down your YouTube and reopen it and it should be on there, okay? You might have just tried to get on there too early. okay? Because it's not on until the show starts. You know, when the thing comes up and it says show starting at or whatever, right? It's not open then. It doesn't actually open until I sort of start talking or just before when the music's on. All right, Adrian? 853 for Adrian. Is that everyone? Terry is 854. Terry is 8454 on the email there. Thank you, Terry. 854. That looks like it's everyone. Right. Have I missed anyone out? Now, please speak now, my darling. Please speak now, and I will correct the fact that we've missed something. All right. People talking to Roy there, which is excellent. There you go. Or Adam, or the police. One of the two. One of the two. You could screenshot and send it to the police. Don't delete it until you've got some evidence there, my friend. All right. Excellent. Yes, reporting to the police. Excellent. Let them deal with it. Let them deal with that. All righty. Anyone else? Has anyone else not got their raffle tickets? Please speak now. And while you're checking to see if I've given you a raffle ticket number or not, I should do today's birthdays. Here we go. We've got 9 birthdays today. The lovely Kiki D. Good morning, Kiki. She's lovely, she is. She used to come to the karaoke at the Golden Lion in Camden Town. I don't know if you know Mary. She used to run, not non-Irish. Well, we lost 2 beautiful Marys last year. My very, very good friend, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, who I do miss her very much. And also Mary, who used to be the landlady of the Golden Lion. She got the Parkinson's disease, probably. She was old-fashioned landlady. Oh, yes. Yep, so the night would start, and then she'd come down about 10 o'clock. The hair, she was in her, well into her 70s. Possibly older than that. She'd come down, the hair would be done, the makeup, and sit at the end of the bar and get drunk with everyone. Proper landlady. We lost her last year. But Kiki D used to come into the pub and sung a couple of songs. So happy birthday to you, Kiki D. It's not the Kiki D, okay? It's another Kiki D. So many, dear. So many. Happy birthday today to Donna Weish, 47 years old today. Sue Ruscombe Poole. Good morning, Sue. Happy birthday to you. Wayne of a Kind Gibson. Morning, Wayne of a Kind. Mark Siddle, 55 today. Younger than me, Mark. I worked with Mark at a wonderful place called the Penny Farthing in Hammersmith. What a nice chap. We got on so well. Happy birthday to you, Mark. Becky Petro McNabb. Morning, Becky. Happy birthday. Liam Trixie Lee Paffrey. Happy birthday. Conrad Guest. Happy birthday to Conrad. And Nick Goldman as well. Nick Goldman's birthday as well. So, happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Don't worry about those noises. It's just something I do. I can't help it. I do have a sort of mild version of Tourette's syndrome, as you well know. 2 more raffle tickets going out there. Shania, 855 for lovely Shania, and 856 for Daddy Simon. Okay, everyone done? Lovely. That's it for the show this morning. Thank you very much for joining us, gang. I'll be with you again tonight. Quiz time is 8 o'clock. We start the quiz time. The show may start before that, okay? But the quiz starts at 8 o'clock. So do come and join us for the quiz. 4 rounds, 2 lots of questions, a picture round, and a music round played badly on the piano by me. I have to say. Okay, that's happening tonight, 8 o'clock. No prize, it's all just for fun. There's no leaderboard. Play exactly as you want to play it, whether you're playing on your own or with a group of WhatsApp people or however you want to play. You can cheat if you want to. You're only cheating yourself because we don't worry about people who are winning or losing. You are all winners in my eyes. All winners. All winners. Except for the losers, of course. Have a nice day, and I'll see you very soon tonight at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.